Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. How's everybody today? It's Friday. It's a little gloomy in the Northeast. What's going on today? Is there something happening today? I don't even know. Some excitement, some freaking outish, some crazy stuff. Whoever's joining me, please let me know that you're here. Um, I'm kind of excited to chat today. I'm going to be honest, I have not been paying attention to current events because I'm sure I'll be hearing about it the next rest of my life. So I just got back from Michael's because, as you all know, we are marching in the Women's March tomorrow. And hi, Mish. Hope you're feeling well and getting some much needed rest. Hi, Jackie. Um, So we were just at Michael's. I bought a shit ton of glitter. Look at my nails. They're painted pink and black. Can you see? They're pink. They're black with pink flecks because girls rock, and we're supporting the girls tomorrow. Hello, my cousin Meredith. How are you? So I was just at Michael's buying all my cousin Michelle. The whole Chicharoni family is getting on here, and my aunt. What's happening right now? Oh my gosh! Hi everyone. Hi. So I just got back from Michael's because we went and bought poster board and glitter and all kinds and t-shirts. We're gonna make girls rock t-shirts for tomorrow when we're in the march. It's gonna be super fun. I really can't wait. Um and so I decided to skip watching events happening because I'm not really excited about any of it. Um but I did put a quote up this morning on Facebook and social media and stuff because that's what I do. And this is a quote that's been on my Facebook page actually since last year, since I saw it on Wyatt's fifth grade classroom. Hey, P. Um, Saw it on Wyatt's fifth grade classroom door. And when he was in the fifth grade, uh, all of his classmates, they all took blue paint and they put their handprints in paint on a big, large piece of paper. And they put it outside their door. And they do something called Character Counts Week, and we talk a lot about character and anti-bullying and respect for others and all kinds of things that we talk about with our kids and raising our kids and teaching them to be kind and compassionate and all the things that we want from our children, right? And so this is a quote that's been on my desk for a long time. It's been on my Facebook page for a long time, and I wanted to reiterate it today because I know there are some people out there that are feeling uh, a little bit less than today. So change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. And that was actually a quote by our now former president, Barack Obama. Um, and yet again, this universe keeps speaking to me in a way that I never anticipate. And so I'm going to tell you a little story about last night. Last night I had plans with some of my friends from Verizon, and I haven't seen some of them in since I left, so in 2 years. We were having drinks, and a little turn of events. We were at the drinks thing, and one of the girls was like, "Oh, Krista, you should come with me to the next thing I'm going to after this, because one of the guys who used to be on like one of the teams that I supported is moving on to a different company. He's leaving Verizon, and they're having a little going away party for him tonight. And I'm sure, some of these people you haven't seen in a year, some of them it's been 2 years. I'm sure they would love to see you. Excuse me." So I was like, "Oh my gosh." It's only 7:30. There's no way in hell I'm going home because my children are still awake and I have a free pass for the evening. So I am absolutely going to go and crash this party. And so I did. And there were probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 people there. But there were people who I would spend every single day with on the phone, in the office, in meetings, on calls, uh, prepping, business plans, like doing a lot of stuff. And, for those of you who have corporate jobs, you know that these people become your very dear friends and they become like part of your family. as you learn about each other, and uh, you just make friends, right? And some of these people are very, very special to me. So, there's a lot of catching up that happened last night. And, uh, after dinner, we were hanging out, and one of my good friends, Dave, who I love and adore so much, he and I have gotten very close over the years. It was still like 9 o'clock, and he's like, "Come on, let's go grab another glass of wine because this is still like." I was like, "I'm still not going home, so somebody has to hang out with me because my kids are still awake, and I don't want to be home until they go to bed." Um, so Dave and I went and grabbed a glass of wine and hung out and just caught up because we haven't seen each other since a year ago Christmas. So it's been a little bit more than a year. He's got a new job and blah blah blah. So we were talking and we were having, here's another thing that I like. I like that I have a very diverse group of friends, men, women, uh, different backgrounds, different races, different nationalities, different religions, all of it, right? I love that about the network and community of people that I surround myself with. And I especially like that I have male friends that, you know, when you're younger, guy friends are very different than when you're older, right? It's like you have guy friends and, it is what it is, whatever. But as you get older, a lot of times you rely on them for counsel. And especially with what I do these days, I need a lot of information from like, what are the guys feeling? What are these guys like? What do you want me to talk to you about? And like that kind of stuff. So I do reach out to my male friends for, you know, stuff for my coaching programs, collaboration, ideas, things that they might want to hear or learn about or talk about in their parenting journey or their relationships. Um, and I like that there's no jealousy and there's no competition, and it's just really true, genuine friendship. And I can appreciate that with anybody, but I especially appreciate that because there aren't a lot of women out there who have like solid men friends in their lives. Because let's face it, a lot of husbands are jealous, a lot of wives are jealous. It's hard for people to have relationships with the opposite sex after you're in a committed relationship, because a lot of people are insecure about themselves, and that's not the case with me and Will. So we both have very dear friends of the opposite sex, and I appreciate that and I like it. So Dave is one of those friends, and he's written testimonials for me and he's given me feedback on some of my programs, and I certainly really appreciate it. But we were talking last night and he said to me, "I'm really proud of you." And I was like, "Okay, thanks. I certainly appreciate that coming from somebody like you. I mean, you're successful and you have done really well for yourself." And he's like, "No, yes, but I'm proud of you because you did what you said you were going to do. You left here and you didn't go like find another job, and you didn't go like work for somebody else and take and do something that you weren't passionate about. And you this has been a child of another child of yours since I've known you. Like, I've been reading your blog for 6 or 7 years. This isn't a new endeavor for you, but you've changed, and it's good change, and it's admirable." He actually used that word last night. I was like, "What is happening?" He said, "Because you know people get stuck in ruts in their jobs, people get stuck in ruts in their relationships, people get stuck in ruts, and what they do to get out of it is they move on to something else, but it's a lot of times not something different." And he said, "You completely reinvented yourself. You didn't reinvent your personality because that's always been there. And you didn't reinvent your heart or your genuine nature because that's always been there. We always know the kind of person that you've been. Um, but you have taken that and you have used it, as the core for this new endeavor." He's like, "And he's like, I watch your videos all the time. I tell my friends about you. I share stuff." He's like, I love what you write. I love what you're saying. I love that you're writing a book." He's like, "I really think that, you have changed, and you haven't, it's not for the better or the worse." He's like, "You've changed because you you put forth the effort to make the change happen. And I had to think about it for a minute. And I was like, okay, you're probably right. And I, of course, now I'm crying because what a lovely thing, to hear from a good friend of yours who you admire and you appreciate. And, it's like a total no bullshit. It's a no bullshit friendship that we have. So he was saying all these things to me last night, and I, I was like, oh my God, that's what lovely things to hear, first of all, because it's not often that, I do hear a lot from, other people that I haven't seen in a long time, or that somebody will read something that I wrote, or they'll listen to one of these videos and they're like, wow, that was really good. Or I, was nodding the whole time that you were talking because I totally relate to what you're saying when it's a parenting tip or it's something that we're going through. But like Dave said to me last night, he was like, I really just, I admire you for your courage, because it take a lot of courage to, walk away from something. And I had a good gig. Was making really good money, and I just walked away from it. He said, and you're doing something, and you're putting your money where your mouth is, and you're making the change happen. Going back to my quote. So I thought this quote was relevant for that. Now, of course, this quote takes on two meanings. Like all my freaking quotes this week have been taking on two meanings. This quote takes on two meanings because you can change, and you can force change, and you can be a catalyst for making change happen. Whether it is in your personal life, in your professional life, globally, for an initiative that you feel like really deserves attention, you can be the catalyst for change if you really want to do it. And so I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about what he was saying. And, a lot of times you don't think about what you've accomplished along the way, because it's a really hard slog, and every day is a different challenge, and every day is a different piece of your journey. And some days are way worse than others, just like any other day in our lives. And when you're doing something that I'm doing, and you're starting from like literally nothing, and you're trying to make something happen, a lot of times you don't realize even the smallest thing is making an impact. And so Jackie and I will spend, an hour on the phone outlining our week and talking about our content. And, she'll be making the graphics and I'll be writing the words. And, we check in several times a day, whatever. And it'll be, oh, I just, booked 2 or 3 more people for your weekly video show. Or, oh, I just booked a call with a PR person. Or little things add up to big things. And I guess that's my point. I mean, it's been 2 years almost. Like I started coaching 15 months ago. So not quite 2 years, but it's been 2 years since I've been out of the corporate work arena. And I've been on my own trying to figure it out. But in 2 years, I went from literally sitting at a table and having a computer to being recognized by national news organizations and writing my first book and doing a live weekly video show, and stuff that doesn't seem like it's a big deal to me is all of a sudden, when somebody from the outside who you haven't seen in a while says to you, I don't think you realize that a lot of people appreciate what you're doing. Like that's what Dave said to me last night. He was like, I don't think you realize that you're touching the people that you touch. And I don't think you realize that, especially the people that we used to work with. He's like, sometimes when we're out and like other people's names come up, hey, have you talked to this person? Have you talked to that person? Have you talked to this person? If your name comes up, Rizzo, a lot of people chime in. They're like, oh, did you see her video the other day? Oh, did you see that she was in the Huffington Post? Oh, she just posted something on LinkedIn. He's like, you're all over the place. And I don't think you realize that the change that you're creating, it really is impacting other people. People are taking notice. Hi, AIM. So it was kind of a cool conversation last night. It was emotional because then I started thinking about it and I was like, oh my God, I really have done stuff. And I'm not like, tooting my own horn because this shit is hard. And I said it to Dave last night. That's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I guarantee you it will continue to be hard until I die because I'm never going to stop doing it. So this job, this career that I'm creating and this change that I'm trying to force upon myself and, project onto the world the message and the positivity and the optimism and uh like whatever it is, the message that we're talking about, helping other people and making the world a better place and changing children's lives and focusing on the stuff that needs to be taken care of, the education and the love and the support and all the stuff that we do for our kids every day. Hi, Joy. Hi, Sheila. Um, you can do that. You can make a difference. And I'm not saying everybody go quit your job and go be a coach and go try to make the world a different place. What I'm saying is find something that lights you up. Find something that makes you want to be a better person. Go out there and make a difference in your family's life, in your life, in your kids' lives, in your community. Find something that's going to make you a better person and make the people around you better. Easy? Not always. But the right decision? Usually 100% of the time. I have changed in so many ways in the last, look, Jackie knows in the last 12 months that Jackie and I have been working together since what, May, June? I don't know. I can't live without her, without question. And she knows how hard that we work. She knows the change that has happened with both of our businesses, right? We are trying to get a message out there. And we work very hard every day to make sure that it's being heard, it's being seen, and it's being communicated because that's what we want for everybody. We want optimism and we want inclusivity. That's even a word. And we want everybody to be friends and we want all that stuff. And we want our children to grow up in a world where everybody is the same. And it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters how you travel your road. And if you do it together with grace was a word that came up this week in the word of the week in the Why Am I Yelling Facebook group. Oh my God, we had so many. The words that are coming, Jackie, your words due today. I need your word. The words that have come up this week are just amazing to me. Heather had treasure, which was such a beautiful word, and the way that she used it was incredible. Holly's word was grace, which, again, the way that she used it, enlightening, eye-opening, a beautiful, beautiful message. My word is prosperity. My beautiful friend Dag, her word was work, which the way she used it and transformed it was magical. If you are not in the Facebook group, get into Why Am I Yelling and see what everybody's words are because they are really uplifting and they are genuine. And I said this at the beginning of this challenge that I started for the Why Am I Word challenge that ends next Friday. So we have, I know, grapes. I'm really impressed with the words that are being shared in this. Hi, Bagone. I just can't speak enough about the people who are in my Facebook group. And if you're not in it, you should be in it because it's a really great group. And the support and the love and just the integrity and the character of all of these women and men, there are men in there too, sharing their thoughts and their ideas and their goals. It's really empowering. And I am so proud of it. That's another thing that's changed me. I'm so proud of this. So those are the words that we have so far. And I want to come back in the middle of the year and do a word check-in, like maybe June or July, and see how we are on our paths to our words, and maybe find ways that we can integrate each other's words into our lives, because you don't just need one word, you need a whole pile of them, right? So, Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the Facebook group. Thanks, Jack. Jackie just put it up there. If you're not in, get in. Get in, get in, get in. We'd love to have you. So that's my story, everybody. I have changed in ways that I didn't even realize, that people from the outside are telling me that I've changed in, and they're all good ways. And I have also changed in ways that have surprised me, quite frankly. But I think that the other way that change is, relevant for today and going forward is that we really have to see that if there is something we want to change, that our voices matter and that we can use our voices for good, and that change is important and evolution is important, and working hard to make sure that change happens is important. So the message for today is appreciate the change. Appreciate the change that happens to you, because it happens to all of us. It's not just because I started this new gig and, wanted to have a movement, right? I wanted to like make something happen in the world. It was something that I've been sitting on for years and years and years. This is not a new idea, right? I've been working on this for a long, long time. But we change every day. We change as our children grow. We change as we age. Our views of the world change every single day. Something different happens and something impactful happens. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I have to look at this from a different angle, and I have to explain it in a different way. I have to explain it in a way that people will understand. So embrace your change, encourage your change, and find something. If there's something that you like, when you look in the mirror and you want to make a change, or you look outside and you see something that you want to change, make the effort to make the change. Don't just talk about it. Get off your ass and do it, because you can do it and you can make it happen. And think of all the people who you don't even know that you're impacting, that you are impacting, because it's important. And I also think that it's important to have people surprise you, like my Dave did last night, with his words of encouragement and support and amazingness, because it just reinforces and speaks to me in a way that makes me want to keep going. And that's another thing that I say all the time. Like one of my favorite sayings that anybody ever read or anybody ever said to me was, just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. You know what you want, and you know it could take years and years to get it, or you can have it next week, but just keep going. So focus on your change, be the change, and embrace your change. That is my message for the day. It is Friday. Tomorrow is the Women's March all over the country. We're ready. We have our pink and black theme going in New York City. We are marching for women's rights. I am marching for all the women in my life who I love and I care about, who I want to not have to fight for their paychecks, who I want to not have to fight for their health care, who I want to be able to love whoever they want to love. I fight for the women in my life because I love them. So that's why we're going. And I can't wait. I'm going to go live tomorrow from the middle of New York City as we are marching around with our pink scarves and our pink t-shirts. So tune in tomorrow, because I'm sure it's going to be like a little bit of a zoo. And it might be fun for you guys to see. If you don't live here, you'll get a you'll be the front row seat. You'll get a front row seat from my phone. Have a great night, you guys. Think about the things that you want to change, and share them with me. I want to know. I want to know the things that you want to change. I want to know if there's anything you want to change personally, professionally, worldly, community-wise. I want to know where you want to make a difference, because it's important. And it's important to me, because I want to be able to follow up with you and say, hey, how's it going? I want to be your accountability partner. How about that? Have a great day. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you back here tomorrow from the heart of New York City. Mwah. Love you guys. Have a good one.